Hey guys, what's up? It's time to do a speed test comparison between the Infinix Note 30 versus the Samsung Galaxy A33 5G, and this phone is powered by Samsung Exynos 1280 SoC with 8GB of RAM, while the Infinix Note 30 is powered by MediaTek Helio G99 SoC with 8GB of RAM. So on the back, we have a quad cameras on the A33 versus a dual cameras on the Infinix Note 30, and Note 30 has a 64 megapixel main camera. Then we have a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while the Samsung A33 5G has a 48 megapixel OIS main camera. Then we have 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 5 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. And the back of the Infinix is made up of glass, while on the Samsung we have a plastic back, and the frames on both phones is made up of plastic. We have in-display fingerprint scanner on the A33 versus we have inside the power button on the Infinix Note 30. On the bottom we have headphone jack, which you don't find on the Galaxy A33 at all. Also we have stereo speakers on both phones, and Samsung also has a IP67 water and dust resistance, which you don't find on the Infinix Note 30. So I'm very excited to see that how is the Infinix Note 30 is gonna perform against the Galaxy A33. So now let's see which one will be faster in terms of the booting up speed. We have Android 13 on both phones, One UI 5.1 versus XOS version 13. So it looks like the Samsung, it is slightly faster. Infinix Note 30 is faster when it comes to booting up, and A33 is way behind. As you can see now, A33 it is also done. So we have a 3 or 4 second difference between these devices when it comes to booting up. And now let's talk about the displays between these devices. Infinix has a 6.7 inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display with 120Hz refresh rate. Also we have a center punch hole on the top, while the Samsung on the other hand has a 6.4 inch Full HD Plus Super Amoled display with 90Hz refresh rate, but on the top we are getting a U-shaped notch. So I like the Super AMOLED display on the A33, but I like the refresh rate on the Note 30. So guys, everything's closed up in the background. No application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. Phone dialer slightly faster on the A33. So next on the list is the settings, little faster on the A33. And now let's go to the display. So we have 90Hz refresh rate versus a 120Hz on the Infinix Note 30. You can also switch between from 90 to 60Hz or all the way up to 120Hz. And now check out some more apps. Amazon shopping, some third-party stuff, and that is very similar. Scrolling feels really smooth. 120Hz and 90Hz, it is really stable on both phones. And yes, 120Hz it feels is slightly smoother. So that is also very similar. And now check out some games application. Let's see Candy Crush. Slightly faster on the A33, as you can see. Instagram slightly faster on the Samsung. Let's see Pinout. Pinout it is faster on the A33. So Samsung is beating the Infinix. Snapchat, that is similar. Spotify slightly faster on the Infinix. Subway Surfer. So A33 is taking the lead or not. Let's see. So both phones is open this game at the same time. Again we have stereo speakers on both phones. First on the Samsung, there is a Samsung with max volume. And here is the Infinix. So yes, on the speakers it is miles better on the Galaxy A33. And now let's see Temper N2. MediaTek Helio G99, Exynos 1280. So Samsung is performed faster in that game as well. Samsung is done. Infinix now it is also done. Now let's see PUBG Mobile. Let's see in that game which one will faster. So Samsung is done, as you can see, and Infinix now it is also done. So you can see we have 2 or 3 second difference. Also in that game we have smooth graphics with ultra frame rate on both phones, and the gaming performance overall it is more better on the Infinix because the optimization with the MediaTek Helio G99 it is really great, while with the Exynos is produce a lot more heat. Also it is not as stable as the MediaTek Helio G99X, and that is faster on the, that is very similar. Now let's open Zedge, and Zedge it is very similar. Scrolling feels smoother on the Note 30 if I see very closely, but it is not a big difference, of course, between 90Hz and 120Hz. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application, and Samsung it is slightly faster, and the cam performance obviously it is more better on the A33 because A33 has a better color reproduction. So the front facing camera it is also much better on the A33. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using default Samsung internet on the A33 versus a Chrome on the Infinix Note 30. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. Wikipedia.org, slightly faster on the Note 30. Scrolling feels really smooth on both phones, no issue whatsoever. 120Hz it feels a little more smoother in my opinion. So let's see, scrolling again, really smooth on both phones, but 120Hz it feels again slightly smoother. I'm saying that again because I can see the difference very easily. And now let's see RAM management on both phones. So both phones has 8GB of RAM. Infinix is performed really bad in the RAM management in my previous speed test. How will Infinix is gonna perform? Phone dialer still there, settings still there, Amazon shopping refresh on the Infinix, Candy Crush Saga refresh on the Infinix, Instagram refresh, pinout refresh. So RAM management it's still really bad on the Infinix. Snapchat that is refresh on both phones. Spotify that is in-app refresh. Subway Surfer and that is not refresh. Let's see Temper 2 refresh on the Infinix. PUBG Mobile, PUBG it is not refresh. And now let's open X, still there, Zedge, and last we're back to the internet browser where we left, as you can see. And guys, over I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that and the Galaxy A33 overall is performed slightly faster than the Infinix Note 30 in system-based applications, mostly in games. In games we see a 2 or 3 second difference between these two devices. But the optimization on the A33 with the Exynos it is really bad. Infinix with the MediaTek Helio G99 it is more optimized and more stable. So in terms of the RAM device in that area, Samsung is performed slightly better in the RAM management, while on the Infinix we have a lot of refresh. I hope the RAM management will improve with some software updates in the future. And both phones has a 5000 mAh battery size. Infinix has a 45W fast charging, while Samsung has a 25W fast charging. But in the box we does not get any charger with the Samsung only. So thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Infinix Note 30 versus the Samsung Galaxy A33 5G. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.